Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today on the show, of course, it is Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, I like to give you guys a refresher and a reminder of what's remaining with the weekly update bonuses, discounts, opportunities, limited time events, all the limited time rare vehicles that are featured back, which we don't have a ton of this week, but we have lots of Independence Day and 4th of July content that's only available for this week. It'll be back next year, but of course, you don't want to miss out on it because GTA 6 is coming up, and so if you want to just snag it in this game before next summer, well, you have that opportunity to do so. There's a lot to go over. Of course, on Thursday, I went over all of the Independence Day themed content, so if you want to check that out in specific, like this livery on this vehicle, although this isn't discounted as part of the actual event, it's still 4th of July themed with the American flag livery, etc. You could check that out, and I'll have that link down in the description below. But we're going to go over everything that you have left to take advantage of this week in case you're just getting back into the game, you weren't really playing because you were busy for the holiday, now you want to get in some GTA Online grinding. Well, this is what you have left to take advantage of before we get the next weekly update Thursday morning, and tomorrow on Wednesday, we'll of course have the new update news and information, and I'll be reporting on that probably at about 3:30, 4 p.m. Central Time in the US if you convert that to your local times, and that's when we get the news preview to us early from Rockstar. So, without further ado, let's jump into everything that you have left to take advantage of. Now, just for the sake of being comprehensive with this video, of course, I will link you that Independence Day themed content video so you can see what you want to unlock. But if you just want to know in terms of list form what's offered, there's that MOC livery, you get the Liberator monster truck, the Western Sovereign bike, the Independence Day musket and fireworks launcher, Independence Day livery for the special carbine, you get 5 different 4th of July outfits, you also get 4th of July glasses, 4th of July hats, face paints, a mullet hairstyle, all of that stuff will be 40% off, and you can see that video, like I said, linked in the description below. But this is just everything included with the standard weekly update, which was sort of backloaded at the end of that other video last week, so a lot of players probably didn't even stick around to see it. They were just checking out the 4th of July stuff. So I'm kind of reversing the order since the holidays passed. If you want to check that out, you can. This is just about the rest of the stuff on offer. Here we are at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport, aka car dealership, and just like the LS Car Meet, which you'll see, we kind of have the same theme continuing here, where we usually have rare and removed vehicles featured back for, you know, into the game for a limited time for that weekly update. This week we have, I guess only one. I don't even know if this Coil Cyclone you could see on the right hand side is rare and removed at this point. They may have just brought it back permanently with the Money Fronts DLC, but we do have this Bravado Banshee GTS featured here, which, as you guys know, it is the fastest land vehicle in all of GTA Online. You get absolutely insane acceleration, insane speed, not the absolute top tier in terms of handling or traction, but still totally viable. It's really good. And of course, when you put HSW on it, whether it's the performance upgrades and you max out all the engine mods and all performance modifications, you get that staggering top speed of 172 miles an hour. So that's why it's the fastest land vehicle in the game. Another really fast one is the classy Vigoro ZX convertible. It resembles that 2016 to 2018 Chevrolet Camaro SS convertible. You get super high torque. You get 125 mile an hour top speed just normal, but with HSW that climbs even higher to 158 miles an hour, actually a little bit over that, which is just insane to see in GTA Online as well. You get substantial power with or without the HSW though. Handling isn't going to be the absolute best. It's sort of similar to the Banshee GTS. It's just a little bit slidey. It doesn't plow, it doesn't have understeer, but oversteer may be a problem or a challenge for players depending on if you're kind of used to anticipating that or not. I feel like most players who use HSW vehicles kind of expect that at this point. We also have the Willard Eudora featured here. It looks great, obviously. I love the body style of this, but it doesn't really perform that well. Slow acceleration, low top speed, super weak brakes, soft suspension, lots of body sway, oversteer, things like that. Handles like a heavier, less responsive Tornado if I can compare it to anything, so it's a tough pick for anything beyond cruising, or if you want to use it for taxi work, you could throw on the taxi livery. One vehicle I definitely would recommend you get, it's not really that new at this point, but it's the Scramjet. Super strong speed, rocket boost, decent handling, front-facing machine guns and homing missiles, super versatile and fun. Does have a lack of armor and an open top design, so you're probably going to get headshotted by a griefer or something like that, but very agile. It's got unique movement abilities, and I think that's what makes this thing super utilitarian when it comes with if you just want to use this in the free roam, getting around the map, things like that. Then we also have the Coil Cyclone with really good acceleration because it is an electric vehicle. Top speed is not going to be on par with traditional supercars though, obviously. Handles good enough in my opinion, nothing really to critique right there, but you do need to be careful with the braking because it's not the best. This car is going to run you $1,914,510. The Scramjet is going to run you $4,057,059. The Eudora is going to run you $1,275,080. The Vigoro ZX convertible is going to cost you exactly $2,321,789 from Simeon's this week, and then the Bravado Banshee GTS is going to run you a whopping $2,010,020 this week here in GTA Online, if you guys want all the customization applied on these vehicles, buying them from this dealership. At the LS Car Meet, your test drive vehicles for this week are not rare and removed, but we do have good options if you want to pick them up. So starting off, we have this Albany VSTR here. This is probably one of the best sports sedans in the entire game. Amazing acceleration, you got really good handling and traction, awesome top speed. It's a great all-around pick, whether for just driving, doing some money grinding, races, you name it. Durability is probably just average here, so if you're taking it into combat, you know, expect to take on a lot of damage. But cost-wise, I'd say it's worth it, $1,285,000. It is well over $1 million, but the value is there. Same with this Invitero Coquette D5. It's still bulletproof. Rockstar never patched that with money fronts, so that's pretty cool. This car has awesome acceleration, really good top speed, really good handling. Again, no complaints with any of that type of stuff. Can be a little bit loose in the rear if you're used to driving something like the Itali GTO or even the Itali RSX. This kind of performs similarly with how the tail end will step out on you. You get a, I don't want to say like too bad of oversteer, but it's just a little bit loose. She likes to swing, that's for sure. And if you want to buy it here, it is going to run you $1,730,000. Still worth every single dollar you spend. And then we have the Vapid Dominator FX here. This is a muscle car, pretty hefty price tag for being modeled after that 1979 to 1981 Fox body Mustang. $1,555,000 purchase price here from the LS Car Meet. You get a really nice blend of classic muscle aesthetics, but you get more modern performance and feel to it. I'd say it's definitely a welcome addition to the game. Probably my least favorite of the three options we have here this week. I would definitely say Albany VSTR number 1, then this, then this. If this got patched, or I would say maybe I'd want to pick this up most just because it is still bulletproof technically because of the glitch. Once that gets patched, or if it ever does at this point, I don't know why Rockstar didn't do it with this update, then I'd probably just take the VSTR over it just because I like this a lot more. But a C6 Corvette, I mean, you cannot go wrong with that. These are beautiful cars. When it comes to the reminder section of our bonuses for this week, just some small ones. You have 4 times money in RP on all land races, plus triple money in RP on community series jobs this week. But also here at the Salvage Yard, if you own the tow truck, you can get double money and double RP in the tow truck services. So with the double money, that's $60,000 to $80,000 payouts this week, towing vehicles and salvaging them for parts. Staying on top of the tow missions is advised anyway because they only take you about 5 minutes a piece. They're good for money on their own, but also if you at least just probably 1 an hour, you're ensuring that you're keeping that maximum $24,000 coming into your Salvage Yard wall safe every single in-game day too. So this is definitely a good activity you want to stay on top of. But also here at the auto shop, if you happen to own one, thankfully I actually have a vehicle, it looks like, so you can kind of check it out. We do have double money and double RP on the auto shop client jobs, which are these vehicles that you can deliver for clients once you modify them according to the specs they want. With double money, that's going to give you $40,000 to $60,000 payouts after you modify, sell, and deliver them. You could do the deliveries yourself or have staff do them for you if you want to free up time and take care of other content to farm money with, and that's what I like to do. I just go through the customization list and then have staff deliver them. It takes me a couple seconds to show up at the auto shop, just like sending bail agents out at the bail office or collecting wall safe money. I have this as part of my daily GTA Online grind. Come back here whenever I have a car and send it on its way. Now, if you are interested in other ways to make money, if you win a total of any 2 races this week, you'll also get the fireworks bucket hat plus $100,000 as this week's weekly challenge. So that's some money you can make right there. I got to do that after I record this video. And if you guys want a guide on the auto shop client jobs and more in-depth detail on how to optimize that plus the tow truck services, well, I have that video that will be linked down in the description below for you as well. It was from my weekly update money guide earlier when I posted it on Friday. For the 4th of July update here in GTA Online, we have so many property discounts, it's crazy. Now, mind you, it's only property discounts. It's not the upgrades and modifications for the properties and the businesses. All bunker properties are going to be 30% off here this week. We have a bunch of 40% off discounts for vehicles, but when it comes to properties, they're all 30% off. The bunker's definitely worth it here. You can apply all the different customization options like normal. The bunker's definitely a good business to be running here. It's worth buying. Now, the nightclub is also going to be a discounted property here, so you can get these for 30% off. I have this location up here in West Vinewood, and of course, this property is also super, super good to own. The nightclub is definitely a great solo-friendly business. All Salvage Yard properties are also 30% off, so if you want to take part in the Salvage Yard claimable vehicle robberies this week, or the tow truck missions, which are great for making money. They're not like a meta way of making money in the sense of like active grinding content, but when you have 5 minutes to do some tow truck missions, that's definitely an activity you want to prioritize for the money you're making and the effort and work that's required. And then the Coca-Cola lockup for your MC business. Of course, you need to own a motorcycle clubhouse first, then you could purchase MC businesses, one of which is the Coca-Cola lockup, and that business is 30% off. I don't have the price right here. You need to go to your clubhouse, and then you could purchase property locations for all the different types of illicit goods you want to traffic, and the Coca-Cola lockups are 30% off. None of the other MC businesses are on discount this week. And now for vehicle discounts here in GTA Online, let's just go through everything, which actually first, let's go over to Warstock Cash and Carry, because this is the 150% off discount for the week. It is the Joe Built P996 Laser. You can actually find this vehicle right here for 50% off. You can get it for $3,250,000. Next up, let's discuss some of the other discounted vehicles right here. Of course, that Vapid Liberator, like we talked about earlier, that's on discount for 40% off because that's an Independence Day vehicle that you can own, and the Independence Day stuff is on discount. The normal Cara you can get for $1,065,000 this week at 40% off. Then on Legendary Motorsport, the Invitero Coquette D1, 40% off for $900,000. The Grotti Cheetah Classic, the normal one, not the wide body, you can get for 40% off or $519,000. The Western Rampant Rocket you can get for $555,000. The Vapid Click Wagon you can get for $723,000. The DeClassy Walton L35 for just over $1 million. The DeClassy Tulip M100 for just under $1 million. The Vapid Retinue Mark II for $972,000, or the trade price of $729,000. The Canis Castigator you can get for just under $1 million. Same with the Albany Cavalcade XL right here. The Bravado Dorado you can get for $825,000. The Zirconium Journey 2 you can get for $355,500. The Bravado Buffalo S super cheap pickup, $57,600 purchase price. You can get the Mammoth Patriot Stretch Limousine for $367,000 or $276,000 with the trade price. Of course, like I said earlier, don't forget about that Western Sovereign, $72,000. The Sea Sparrow you can get for $1,089,000. And I think that's about it when it comes to the vehicle discounts this week. Oh, I guess the other thing I should mention is all Benny's conversion upgrades. That one I want to mention, of course. All the Benny's conversions, all of these vehicles, when you upgrade them from stock to the Benny's version, all of these are also going to be 40% off as well. So if you've been wanting to upgrade your Truffati Nero, your LOG RHA, the Faction, the Comet, the Spectre, no matter what vehicle it is, all of these will be 40% off when you turn them into the Benny's version, which is awesome right there. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your podium vehicle that you have just a couple days left to take advantage of is this beautiful Dominator GTT featured here. And of course, we discussed this yesterday if you were interested in checking out the free DLC vehicles video where we discussed the podium vehicle, the prize ride, plus the 2 claimable Salvage Yard cars, which we're also kind of discussing in this video. That was more of a live gameplay on unlocking them, talking about performance. But just briefly for this video, this is a very fast and powerful muscle car. You got great acceleration, good enough top speed, no complaints there with the speed and velocity that you can reach with this car. Typical muscle car handling. Braking, I would say, is just average, which isn't bad. It's just, you know, average, middle of the road. If you're really good at driving in this game, you'll love this car. If you struggle driving vehicles just because, you know, you're bad at racing games or driving cars in GTA Online, you may not love this one. But nonetheless, I would love to add another to my garage. So I am going to spin the lucky wheel and see if we can get lucky. Haven't won one in quite a few weeks here. Maybe a month and a half or something like that. So let's just spin this lucky wheel, try our luck, see if we can get lucky to pull this beautiful Dominator GTT with that awesome American flag theme livery right there. Very festive. We're gonna get so close. 15,000 RP. We're one notch away, man. Just give me the car. Also, if you're at the Diamond Casino and Resort, don't forget about your daily visitor chips. This vehicle you can see behind me right here is the prize ride for this week, which is the Bravado Hot Ring Hellfire. And in order to unlock this vehicle for free and $0, the only requirement of you is completing the prize ride challenge, as always, which for this week, very, very simple. It is just winning LS Car Meet Series races for 2 days in a row. So whether you're watching this on Tuesday, get part 1 done today, part 2 done tomorrow, or do Wednesday and early Thursday morning. Just make sure to do it very, very early overnight Thursday morning before the weekly update goes live, and you'll be good to go. But overall, this is a pretty cool circuit car. You get excellent speed, great stability. I would say better acceleration than the Sabre Turbo, but maybe like a more on par with the Hot Ring Everin, but a lot better than the Sabre Turbo, that's for sure. Or the Hot Ring Sabre, I should say, not the Sabre Turbo, excuse me. Handling wise, also pretty good. I would definitely say it's not great for just like driving around the city, but if you want to use it in circuit races, this is definitely going to be the car for you. And you got that amazing patriotic American flag theme livery once again. At the Salvage Yard, you have 2 claimable vehicles for this week. One of them is the classy Drift Yosemite here. It's featuring the Las Venturas license plate. It is a claimable car for this week. It is mid-range. You could steal this as part of the McToney robbery, which is the sub-vehicle robbery. And then we also have this beautiful Karen Bohr here. Once again, it's claimable. Comes with the Liberty City vanity license plate. It's a standard range car for the week. You could steal it as part of the Duggan robbery that takes place at the Maze Bank Arena. And then the Gangbanger robbery is going to feature the Bravado Buffalo STX. So if we just log onto the computer here, you'll see it's a mid-range car for the week. This one is not claimable. The only 2 cars that are claimable, we haven't seen them in a while, are the classy Drift Yosemite as well as that Karen Bohr. For the rest of this weekly update here in GTA Online, let's just check out again what the gun van has to offer, because we do have some good opportunities. So the service carbine is featured here. This is 30% off for all GTA Plus members if you're subscribed to the service. We also have the military rifle, the combat shotgun, the musket, which is 50% off this week for the 4th of July update. Same with this fireworks launcher, 50% off, and all firework launcher ammo is free this week. And then the knuckle duster melee weapon. Now, these discounts are also technically included with the 4th of July discount. So if you were to go to ammunition and buy the firework launcher, you're only getting 40% off. So make sure, if you haven't bought it yet, get it from the gun van, because you'll get 50% off of it. We are going to be wrapping everything up right here, so thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Of course, make sure to tune back in tomorrow for the new GTA Online information and weekly update news previewed to us early from Rockstar. Make sure to drop a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA Online content like this. Of course, check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to get connected with me on platforms outside of YouTube, those are the best places to ask me any questions, things like that. Specifically, twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv if you guys want to stay up to date with some daily GTA Online money grinding live streams. I upload 2 YouTube shorts as well as TikToks every single day for short form, rapid fire tips, tricks, news, tutorials, guides, leaks, and more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.